if you want a top level, it's go to a lab. It's when it's, yeah. Yes, you may be able to push it if you're Goggins.
I'm going to ask you to guess them, basically.
Really? I don't know how far he would ever run in training.
Dan, lovely to see you again. Welcome back for episode 2 of Ask the Coach. I say lovely to see you again. I think I've not escaped you for 24 hours.
We've ran into each other quite a lot.
At this point, my wife's jealous. She thinks there's something going on. So I'm going to, after this, actually just leave you alone for a bit, if that's okay. So just a reminder for everyone, Dan is Worcester's favourite endurance coach. Obviously, that's the title that I've given him. But there are many athletes that share that opinion. I can vouch for that. Dan's currently studying for a sports, exercise science and nutrition PhD. So he comes with all the credibility. And today's episode is going to centre around VO2 max. The sort of social credit score of the running world. Sports world.
Yeah, it's becoming ever increasingly more prominent in conversations. I think it's Garmin.
Yeah. I felt like when I got my Garmin, the new one, it's on the home screen, so you can't escape it. So I feel like it's staring me down, and it's saying, "Get better, Brad. Get better."
This is you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is your number.
Yeah. So basically, what I want to try and do for listeners today is really explore VO2 max. So I wanted to start by asking you, essentially, what is a VO2 max? What's the measurement? What's the science? What's happening to get that score that you see on your Apple Watch, on your Garmin?
Yeah, okay. Now, on your Apple Watch and your Garmin, it's like a calculation.
Because I want to ask you about kind of accuracy and stuff. But give us the top level. And then.
So, if you want a top level, it's go to a lab. You can't beat that. That's like mask on, oxygen neutralization.
Those videos scare me a little bit.
They are quite scary.
Aren't they the ones where people get caught off the treadmill? They kind of take themselves...
Well, it's to exhaustion.
Okay.
Now, someone's level of exhaustion is determined by their perceived effort. So, like, someone could say they're exhausted and stop, which could be their maximal VO2 on a lab test, or to exhaustion where you...
So if you've got the mental strength, you can kind of stretch.
You can stretch it, yeah.
So you could David Goggins it a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, fine.
However, that would still... His oxygen utilization would still be tested, if that makes sense.
Okay,
so that would still be fair.
He could mentally push to a point, but scientifically there is a ceiling, that something's happening.
Yeah,
okay.
That'd be him.
What's the measurement then, Dan? So what's happening? When you're in the lab, what's being measured?
You're just basically as much oxygen as you can get in. Okay. That's the simplest way to say it is your VO2 max is the amount of oxygen you can get in and utilize. That's probably the best way of doing it. It's the best way of saying it. So how much you can effectively breathe.
And then get that oxygen
to basically put red blood cells can take that around your body because obviously you need oxygen to move. So it basically in a lab tests how much oxygen you can use, basically. And then your Garmin one is based off don't know, but I'm not 100% sure on what Garmin's actual. You can just Google it, I'm sure, but they'll have an algorithm that works it out. But effectively, you can work it out by doing your max heart rate, your resting heart rate. You divide them by each other and times it by 15. And that will give you a VO2 max within reason. Like an estimate. Like a good estimate, yeah. There's a few little different tests, but that's a good one. So like max heart rate. Like you might have to do something to get a max heart rate. So a mile, like if you did a mile is max, you would probably get to your max heart rate. Or even if you just did a 5K, there'd be a max heart rate within that 5K. But again, the exhaustion thing comes in, doesn't it? Because it's like, what someone's perceived effort of exhaustion, is that going to then impact on it? It shouldn't, but because technically your max heart rate is whatever your body deems it to be, isn't it? You can't cheat it. It's just, yes, you may be able to push it if you're Goggins, but maybe he just tells everyone he's pushing it, and actually someone else is still pushing it. They just don't go, I'm pushing it. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen his sort of world record for pull-ups. He's definitely pushing something.
Yeah.
He's in sort of extraterrestrial, in my opinion. I don't know how he does that.
But then, don't know, there's a lot of bravado behind that, isn't there?
Well, again, I think the VO2 max score, as I said to you, is like a credit score. I mean, question for you. do you know you don't have to share it, but do you know your VO2 max?
Not a clue.
You're just that fast, mate.
I'm just that fast.
Just that fast. It's not even a consideration.
No.
It's like when you're really, really rich and money's no object anymore. That's kind of how I see it for you.
Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. When you're rich, you don't need it anymore.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. No. I mean, it's not, to me, as a coach, knowing someone's VO2 max. I mean, yeah, it's another measure, but I'm looking at different metrics because I'm not like, I'm trying to get their overall, let's just say, fitness better.
And the VO2 max is something that it's easy for someone like me to just think about that.
Because Garmin also, doesn't Garmin flash up and go, you've improved your VO2 max?
And it tells me a lot that it's gone down.
Okay.
It tells me an awful lot that it's gone down.
Up and downs, it's good and a bad thing.
It's not great for your mental health if it's so as a coach then, in terms of scoring it, if we put a number on, I guess 1 to 10, how important is that VO2 max number for anything that you do with your athletes?
I mean, truthfully, if I could get my athletes in a lab every 4 weeks and do it, then yeah, really good, but I can't.
Okay.
So
do you not trust the Garmin at all?
I trust it, but I'd like to think that my coaching would improve their VO2 max. Okay. I'm not trying to improve their VO2 max. I imagine that's like an extra add-on to improving. Like, we've never spoke about VO2 max, have we?
We haven't.
No, ever. As a coach to an athlete, we never spoke about VO2
Only
max.
if I've moaned that it's changed and it's gone down.
But has your VO2 max or did your VO2 max go up?
No, to be fair, so the net progress between starting out with you and now is about 7 difference.
Yeah, exactly.
There are ebbs and flows when I'm, poorly or whatever.
Different things going on. Yeah,
absolutely. But the net is positive. And that's just Garmin's estimate, I guess. Yeah. So,
it's just Garmin's estimate, which is, like anything, it's a metric, and it's nice to use those metrics to get you somewhere.
It's a really good point then. So, you and I, in our coaching relationship, have never talked about VO2 max.
No.
So, what are the things that are more important to worry about?
I guess realistically, like your heart rate. So is your heart rate coming down for paces? Like, it's a standard tool that we use, so you could be becoming more efficient. It could be that you're running when you first come on board, you're running a 6-minute K for like 140 beats per minute. And then after 6 weeks, you're running a 5-minute K for 140 beats per minute. You'd guess to think that by decoupling those two things together, you are improving because your efficiency is becoming better. Now, that's because you wanting to improve your like your half marathon time, your 10K time. If you were trying to improve your 100-meter sprint or something, it'd be different.
That's, again, I was going to ask you about that.
It'd be different.
Running disciplines then. So you've got Usain Bolt.
Yep.
Is he more concerned about VO2 than Mo Farah, for example? Who's more beneficial from a high VO2?
Yeah, like Mo.
Definitely Mo.
Yeah, because 100 meters.
We're getting some AI assistants. I have a theory that AI is going to take over the world.
I think it's just me.
And I feel like today, guys,
I might just get it to do the podcast.
It's been confirmed. Go and tell all your loved ones that you love them now.
Saves me doing it. We just have ChatGPT.
Absolutely.
But yeah, because Usain Bolt's 10 seconds.
9.58.
9. Yeah, well, that's not going to put. It's way more like. It's type 2 fibers, like pure.
Yeah, just pure explosive.
Pure
power.
So it's power. Like, I don't know how far he would ever run in training. I imagine the furthest he would run would be like 30 minutes conditioning stuff.
Okay.
Because for him to become more aerobic, he's actually making his body probably worse, if that makes sense.
For his discipline.
Yeah, because his power, like, a power lifter, they don't go jogging, do they? It's the same thing, exactly the same. It's just moving forwards or you're moving weight, it's like the similar process. It's just power, it's explosive.
Okay.
So Mo
needs it more.
But Mo would want to know.
Okay.
And Mo would probably track it. He would be in a lab tracking it because he can do that, because he can go to the lab to do it. And he can test it.
He's got the money to do it.
He's got the...
He's a pro athlete.
Yeah, he's got the... and they could do it to exhaustion. It counts as a session that week, and then bang, it's improved. Really, you should run faster.
So so I think I've seen that VO2 max can be calculated differently for different disciplines of sport. The reason I say that is the Garmin gives me, I think, a cycling VO2 max.
Yeah, I mean...
How is that different?
I mean, that's economy of based on, like... So,
I imagine
you're a runner... And high rocks, but your cycling's limited.
Yes.
So there's a big chance that you're going to have a muscular breakdown before you'll have an aerobic breakdown, because you're carrying in your aerobic fitness from running. But then cycling, it's like, I don't know, your hip flexors won't be used to like sat on a bike, or your bum might get really sore, so you have to stop the test. So it's like you'll have a muscular, something will break down before your aerobic capacity probably breaks down. Now, it's that. There will be, your body isn't efficient at pumping blood necessarily to those areas because it doesn't know it doesn't do it very often. So it's the efficiency of those. Like if you run, you're going to activate certain muscle groups in certain tendons and ligaments. So you work on activating those more. Whereas if you cycle, it's completely different.
Of course it is.
So you might end up getting cramp. Something simple as that. And you could be halfway through the test and then your body just breaks down. So that is your max.
Yes.
So your max is when you fail
at that discipline. Yeah.
So, but actually, you might feel all right.
I'm having a light bulb moment at this point.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Because the mistake I made in my first High Rocks is thinking, it's mostly running. Do you know what? I'll just go and smash the aerobic base, spend all my time running. And then when I went to push that sled, I went and prayed for some help from sort of senior power at that point, because clearly that crossover, that discipline is different, requires different strengths, different training. And I hadn't appreciated that just building the running and the aerobic base was going to be sufficient to carry that all the way through those 8 exercises.
Yeah,
so it's the same as what you're saying. Yeah,
you're going to fail at that. You're I don't know, it could be 10 meters, it could be 5 meters, but actually it's different. You could be really fit. Like, I'm sure there are lots of people who go into different sports and they think, oh, I'm going to be fine. Yeah. And they might be. And it does happen. People are just like, oh, yeah, I do a lot of this, so I'm good at this. It's you see it, don't you, all the time. People are like, oh, but I'm really good at this, so I'll do that. And then they go and be really good at it. And you're like, oh, that's just that guy. But it'll just be the fact that they've actually built those skills up somewhere else. I don't know. They could be a bricklayer, so they've got this amazing strength, so they go into High Rocks and they can just push this around because they've been carrying bricks all day long.
Farmers carries easy.
Farmers carries like easy peasy. Burpees, because I don't know, they've been coming off a ladder all day long or something. I don't know, something crazy like that. But actually for us who, we just sit mostly because it's good for you, and so then you could throw in those exercises and they're like so hard for us. But actually, being a bricklayer, I don't know, I use a bricklayer quite a good one. I guess it's because it's quite a hard job, or labour or something. But actually, it's because they're doing that all day long, and you are building up efficiency. You're building lactate up through the day, so you're becoming quite efficient at really hard things without even knowing it. Just without even knowing it.
So you made a comment then about lactate. So what's the difference between kind of measuring a VO2 max and a lactate threshold? Because is there any similar? What's the difference?
It's a different. You actually get your lactate thresholds during a VO2 max test.
Okay.
So you'll monitor your lactate rise. I mean, realistically, as you go to exhaustion, it will build.
Yeah.
It's very rarely that your lactate won't build to a certain point that you just have to fail.
Is that what makes you fail?
Yeah, because effectively you can't clear it.
Yeah. Then you're not getting the oxygen to the body. So you start
literally. It's just literally. You just build too much up. So but then even though you've got a lot of lactate in your body, that's not a measure of how much pain you can take.
Okay.
So I coach lots of people who've got high lactate values but can do some crazy things.
Okay. So their body's able to use the lactate as some sort of energy source.
There is a system called the lactate shuttle system.
Okay.
Now, I don't think it's talked about enough.
Please expand.
So the lactate shuttle system allows you to utilize lactate as a fuel instead of glycolysis. Like so basically it uses it to form ATP. Like it's a thing. This guy basically said that. So lactic acid isn't a thing.
Okay.
We've caveated a bit here from VO2 max.
No, this is good.
Lactic acid isn't a real thing. Lactic acid is basically...
I feel like everyone's heard of lactic acid.
Everyone, yeah. There's even companies who sell products and it's not true. Like, it's lactate, and then with too much of it, you go into acidosis. So you can understand the crossover.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, but basically it's lactate and acidosis. They're two separate things. But I don't know, like if you've ever done a 5K, the first 5K you ever do, really hard, and you are just like in pieces.
Yes.
and your body is like poisoned, and that's basically acidosis.
From too much lactate.
Too much lactate, yeah. You go into acidosis. So, but if you get it right, it's like a 10K is a really good example, or a 5K. You know, your body will use a lactate shuttle system and then utilize lactate as a fuel. It enjoys using lactate as a fuel. That's like your Goggins.
Okay.
Oh, this is like, that's where your
pain is almost
real
like a motivator.
adrenaline. Yeah. But then it gets too much and you fail.
Yes.
So if you're doing like a VO2 max test, because it's always building, you can't utilize it per se, because you're never sitting in that zone for long enough, because every couple of minutes it moves up.
Okay.
So you just then produce too much.
So lactate training would look different to VO2 max training?
Yeah, like a test would, yeah. Or like, not the test would look the same, but yeah. So VO2, yeah, because you're with lactate, you're trying to manipulate your body per se, and with VO2 max training, it's very different.
Okay.
It's like you're trying to improve your VO2 max, which really is probably where you're producing the most lactate.
And so how would it, when we improve the VO2 max, how would it manifest?
What would it look like?
Yeah.
So there's lots of studies on this, loads of studies, loads of papers. 3 to 4 minutes is like the optimal time at like right at your like zone 5 or zone 3, depending on what model you're using. Those sort of that minute distribution of effort is like the max. Like if you try and do a 3-minute hard run, it's like hard. It's hard. That's why K reps are really popular, because people who are trying to do this kind of training tend to do a K in and around 3 to 4 and a bit minutes, something like that. So they do hard Ks because they know that's optimal. I think that's why Ks have become really fashionable now.
Okay.
20 years ago, it's miles.
Yes.
Everyone used to do mile rep. And even I talk to older people who come to the track, and these are guys who used to run like 220 marathons off like no carbon plated shoes. Everything was miles. And I know K's come in, but I think it's actually moved based on like actual science.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a bit of a guess, but
obviously my running career is short, so I only know kilometers, and I think it works easy for me just to work it out.
Yeah.
I never understood people that could do, was it 3.1 something mile for a 5K?
Yeah,
they're happy to
it is
convert that.
3.1. Yeah,
Those people are psychopaths. I just don't know how that makes any sense.
No,
Break it down into 5.
Break it into 5 1Ks.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, but no, it's just like 1 miles and then some change.
And then some change. Maybe, to be honest, actually, if you broke it down, that
it's
might
easier because it's less. You're doing 5. I'm doing 3.
This is like when you see something that's like $5.99, you just think it's a $5. You don't think it's 6.
Exactly
it's the same score. Okay.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
like, it's just manipulation basically at that point.
It is, yeah, because it's anything to break it down.
Yeah. So we talked about how accurate it is on the watch.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference you've seen from somebody that's had a VO2 max estimate on a Garmin, and then somebody that's done a lab test? Have you ever?
No, I've never
you
cross-referenced it. No, never in my life.
So I'll be really interested. So we'll come back to that then maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to do a lot of testing next year, so we'll definitely touch back on that, yeah.
So it'd be good to know, is it overestimating? Is it stroking your ego?
Well, I think the Garmin estimate is quite new. Like, this is quite new. Like, it's about 6 months old, this, like, maybe 60.
I mean, I've had this for a year and it's been on there.
Oh, no, but, like, it's gaining, like, more popularity.
I basically became immediately suspicious about it because if it doesn't say what I'd like, it's probably wrong.
If
right?
it's not above 60, he's not.
It's
happy.
wrong. It's wrong. But it started. Bear in mind, I'd come from an Apple Watch and I moved to Garmin purely for just more accuracy of GPS. I think that was just the reality.
And I think Apple Watch does a lot, doesn't it?
And
I
just want it to be a longer battery life and just a sports apparatus. So
we're not plugging Garmin to Apple Watches here. We're just
they're both right.
There's other companies out there.
But when I first put it on, it said my VO2 max, I think, was 47. Bear in mind, it didn't know me. It just took a wild swing and hit.
Well, it might have done the whole, like, max heart rate, min heart rate off something.
Well, I just put it on.
Okay.
And it went, based on your age and your weight, I think that'll be about right.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But what I'm suspicious about is when I started running, it only ever moves in increments. So it basically didn't do a test and go, your VO2 max is X, because it was certainly above 50 at that point.
Okay.
But it only went up a little bit, and then a little bit,
like
and a little bit. So I'm like, how is that in
so
any way?
So even since you've got it, it didn't have like a miraculous jump after you did your first sort of 5K?
No.
Okay, so it's basically...
It's just incrementally gone up.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get ill...
It drops.
It tails back down.
Plummets. But then that's because I think it does tend to go up when you do like a lot of top-end work, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I've found a setting, actually. It's just useful for people, but if you go out on a trail run, not a run, because if you're intentionally going to run slow, so zone 2 or hilly, do trail, and it'll factor those variables into it and not slam the VO2. What I was finding is you do a hard session, which are less often than the easy sessions, obviously.
Fair,
and then the easy sessions just tail the VO2 down. So Garmin actually brought out a setting, trail running, and basically you would opt to use that for anything that's intentionally slow. Because it will basically go, we're expecting...
you're not unfit.
Yeah, it's basically you're intentionally going to run on terrain or at speed, which is not at your max. So as to take that into consideration, which helps my mental health massively, because when it tails off, I get really upset, actually, as you can imagine.
I think everyone probably does too.
And that's, again, I want to ask that question about illness and variation, because it's pertinent for us, because we talk about it. I feel like
we talk about it a lot.
You get ill.
I talk about it a lot. I get ill a lot.
You get ill a lot, but I get ill a lot. You know,
not a lot, but if I get ill, I'm ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to get man flu-y ill. You don't want the sympathy and things like that.
No, I mean, like, it's like takes me ages to get out of it. Like, but I have had to sit back and realise that I train a lot, like quite a lot, because I enjoy it. And
didn't you just go and win a race the other day?
Yeah, it's just a duathlon. No.
Just a duathlon. Fine.
I'm not discrediting duathlons. There's not a hit on duathletes. I meant just like I'm trying to be.
I was just available one day and thought I'd pop down and just take gold. Yeah.
It's an age group qualifier, so it was quite a nice race to win.
In the rain, wasn't it?
Pouring. I hated it.
What did you say last time?
What?
Don't run in the rain, but this is an exception because it's a race.
Yeah, but I was worried I'd get ill.
Yeah. Have you been ill?
No, I've been a little bit. A sore throat. Definitely had a sore throat, like a warning sign.
And that was and so then you sort of tailor off the running.
I just kind of stepped it back a little bit. Yeah, just did one session a day, just getting through the days, just keeping things ticking over, and then I managed to I feel I'm a lot better now. Like, I'm fine, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, generally like that, yeah. So, yeah, it was, I don't know how much detail people want. Age group qualifier for Duathlon World Championships in Abu Dhabi next year. It's quite a big thing. A lot of people like age group racing. It's big in duathlon.
Can people watch you competing?
In Abu Dhabi, if they want to come over, I guess.
Okay. Not televised or anything?
No, I doubt it. It's not pro. It's just like age group.
Okay, fine.
It's just a bit of fun. But yeah, it's always nice to win. So that's a good feeling.
I thought I'd plug it for you, Dan. I was proud of you, mate.
Castle Series races, if anyone wants to go.
There we go.
But
you won't win if Dan's there.
No. Fair. Well, you might. Beaver Castle. It was nice. It was a nice venue, but it was a terrible day.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
so
terrible.
Fair play to you, mate.
So we caveated there. What were we talking about? We were talking about.
I was going to talk about illness, basically.
Yes.
What you expect to see.
So you will always see a decline.
Yeah,
you have to. But like that's not a problem because we were talking about
it's
like
temporary, isn't it?
Yeah, capacity is still there to be utilised. You've just got like almost like. It's like dampened. Like we said, it's almost like someone's sitting on your chest.
And that's what it's felt like.
The worst thing to do is then chase it because your body is in a stressed state.
Okay.
So if you then put more stress and pressure on it, it will get worse. So you need it to recover fully before you then start to push again.
Okay.
Massive, huge. Everyone's done these. You know, they'll go do a park run because they think they feel better and then they feel worse.
It's worse.
And then it takes you're delaying your recovery.
Okay.
So you want your capacity to come back and then go, yeah, I'm good.
And that's through base endurance training.
Yeah, just you don't have to stop training if you feel
just
okay. You just need to be smart and then just sort of drip it back in with like 30-second bursts. Then you go to minutes.
Strides, you call them.
Strides, yeah, strides. So you start to utilize your body and make your body comfortable with being out of breath again, that kind of thing. Okay. Because it depends what illness you've had, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Could be respiratory, could be...
Whenever it is on the chest, that's when I feel like it's had the biggest impact.
Always stop. Like, you always just chill.
Yeah. Okay. So I did a bit of intensive Google and Wikipedia research. Okay. I've got some VO2 maxes on my screen of elite athletes.
Oh, right.
I'm going to ask you to guess them, basically.
Really?
I'm going to give you a name, and I want to see how closely you could get to their VO2 max.
Okay.
I don't expect you to know this.
No, this is a good question.
An educated guess. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? So there are...
Posture's gone all very, like, I'm on like...
It's like when you're losing on FIFA, you're trying to sit forward and think, I'm taking it seriously now. Okay, so I've got 4 questions.
Yep.
The first athlete, Eliud Kipchoge.
Okay, go with a big hitter.
Well, for me, it's one of the most famous...
He probably is, isn't he? He literally is.
Yeah, he's like, the GOAT of marathon running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his VO2 max?
VO2 max. So obviously, before going into this exercise, I don't know what the maximum.
Yeah, we did have a little quick off chat Yeah, so I know there was a guy.
Is this question 4?
Should I not say it?
Well, you might get question 4 right, so let everyone be really impressed when you get question 4 right. So question 1, Eliud Kipchoge, VO2 max.
I'm going to go 81.
78 according to Google.
Ooh, okay.
So my sources are Google.
Yeah, Google,
I just don't want anyone to come for me and say, no, it's this.
Solid guess.
Lance Armstrong. So cyclist I know, but someone that you mentioned last time.
Yeah, now I know Lance's was good, but it wasn't like the greatest. But Lance was doing a few things that maybe he shouldn't have done at the time. Not that I'm slating on Lance. You are good. You know, you still had to win the tours. I reckon it's like 74.
Okay, so highest recorded.
Yeah.
84.
84. Okay, that is high.
Again, sources. Yeah. Subject to scrutiny.
Smashed it.
Phil Sessamon.
Oh, okay.
British. So I thought we'd bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's a new. I'm gonna go. I feel like you said that with like a smile, so I'm gonna go 85.
No.
Less.
So, but 73. Nothing to be sniffed at.
Yeah, still good though.
So you think Kipchoge was 78?
So Phil Sessamon, he's the one who won Telford.
Yeah. So
he's very current. Yeah. Very, very fast.
So 0 so far, but you've got a redemption opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
the highest ever recorded VO2 max?
Yeah.
Who was it? And what's their discipline?
It was a cyclist.
It
was Norwegian. He was 97.5, and his name's something like Olsen Svensson or something.
Oh, Oscar Svensson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did I pronounce that?
Yeah, it's quite a well-known one now. Like, so VO2, it's quite well known that this guy had an amazing VO2 max. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he came from biathlon, I think. Just skiing.
97.5 feels like magic. Apparently he was 18 when that was recorded, I think.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely wild.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay. So to summarise today, Dan, I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Should people care?
Yes.
About that VO2
Yeah,
max?
and that actually I really want to say. So there's been a lot of, like, I'll try and be quick with this because obviously we don't want to bore everyone. It's actually a really big predictor of lifespan.
Do you know what? I saw that.
Yes, and it's true. So it's talked about it a lot. And literally, now it is a huge predictor of lifespan because obviously it kind of actually says how, how fit you are.
Yep.
The higher the VO2 max you have is kind of the fitter you are in layman's terms.
It's a basic score of that, isn't it?
Fitness. Now,
cardio fitness.
Yeah, cardiovascular fitness. Now, the fitter you are cardiovascularly, then you're probably going to avoid any kind of cardiovascular illnesses or problems.
Okay.
So
there's like a correlation between...
now it's almost like you get a better VO2 max because you are fitter, but actually just stay fit. But that goes in line with having a high VO2 max.
And I think my hypothesis to support that would be the chances are if you have a high VO2,
you are
probably taking
healthy.
Good care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Your nutrition's dialed in.
It's almost like it is high, but that's because you're looking after yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
It's like if you don't look after yourself, it'll be low. But it isn't because you've been working on your VO2 max. Yeah,
it's more correlation than causation.
Yes,
is how I think.
Exactly, yeah.
Because of the lifestyle you're probably leading.
Because of your lifestyle, you will end up with that. But it's a massive, massive, massive predictor of actual lifespan.
So basically, Coach Dan says...
Get a high VO2 max and you'll live longer.
There we go. I think that's the perfect place to end today.
Sounds
Appreciate your time again, mate, with that. And we'll be back again next week with... I might get a poll out to see if anyone's got any specific questions.
I would love questions.
Put Dan under a lot of pressure, please. I want difficult questions that I can put to him.
Questions. Thanks. Cheers, mate.
Thanks for your time.
See you, mate.